Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard.
Good evening, everyone. This is Crossbone Vanguard. I'm Dempster, and I'll be your host for today. Crossbone Radiowave is a radio show dedicated to bringing you anything and everything Crossbone Vanguard and Cardfight Vanguard, including updates, announcements, and so on. Keep in mind that Crossbone Radiowave is not an official radio show and is entirely inspired by Hibiki Radio's Radio Vanguard G and Radio Vanguard G Next. So, as mentioned the week before, we have a very special guest today, and he's actually our senpai in YouTube content creation. And his name is Kris, also known as DifferetFight.
Hello!
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, so Kris, I'll just call you Kris for now because it's easier.
Yeah, of course.
So, what basically can you tell our listeners what you do on your channel?
Alright, so I'm DifferetFight, and I guess I'm mostly known for the How to Play series.
Ah, yes.
And apart from that, I do little things like competitive wrap-ups where I look at tournament results over a month, and then I sometimes just post random comedy skits that I do with friends. And apart from that, like I just kind of try to do whatever I see that other YouTubers aren't doing. So then I look at I'll look through a set. I'll try to look at a clan in like detail and like how what decks are working in the meta, and then I'll try to do some other random stuff with whatever. Like recently, like now that I'm kind of like growing a bit more, I'm able to do a bit more just stuff that isn't restricted to Vanguard as well. So because like now there's some people that just watch for the Vanguard content, and there's some people that just watch it because they just want to see what I do. So it kind of gives me that freedom as well. But overall, I guess I'm just mostly known for the How to Play series, and like it is fun to do, but I've started putting it out much more rarely now just because I'm starting to run out of ideas.
Yeah, that's true, because there's only there's only so many clans that you can work on, right? And also other random
exactly.
ideas.
And like I don't want to put out something that's like kind of half baked and like just something that's only half funny. Like if I'm gonna put out a video, I want it to be perfect so that even if I look back at it after a year, I'm still happy with it.
Yeah. So essentially, in a sense, we are both like so-called duo-tainers. Sort of like we bring entertainment in as much as we do, especially in our content as well. So just want to ask you, Kris, why the name DifferetFight? Is there a rationale or like some sort of an origin behind the name itself?
There is a little bit of a story, and basically like it's a little bit embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
But let's see, I think it was in around 2012. Like I had started Vanguard like at the end of 2011, and then I was like 15 or 14 or something. I don't know.
Wow.
I was pretty
Okay.
But when I started, I was much like half of the Vanguard player base, a big Ren fanboy.
Yes.
And then I was like, what kind of words contain Ren? And I was like, oh, different. That's a good one.
So that's the reason why.
Literally, that's it. And then I just slapped fight onto it because it's Cardfight.
Right.
And I was like, okay, that's good.
Well, it's not actually that embarrassing after I heard what you said. I mean, I think it's something like you want to do something different from everyone else around you, right?
Yeah, like now it's kind of like it has that meaning. But like at the start, it was literally just me being a fanboy.
Well, I guess that fanboy isn't gonna pay it off. I mean, you already have like 10,000 subscribers, which, by the way, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so another question would be, do you have like a group that works with you, or everything is like just solo effort?
It's kind of solo, but I'm not entirely alone, because in terms of making videos, it's literally just me, but I have basically my graphics designer. Her name's Belladonna Tuxin, and she designs my thumbnails and like all like any small visuals that you'll see. Like when I do like 5 videos, I have like layouts that's all made by her. And then, for example, like when I do like videos where it's just me talking, I have that little background of like Vanguard cards and just like a little rainbow color.
Right.
That's also her. So like all these little graphics design things, it's all made by her. But in terms of videos, like I do everything myself.
I see. And also, of course, other appearances like Trading Sage and other people like that as well.
Yeah. Like those are like when I get good ideas for comedy skits, and I just invite my friends and we do something stupid. And like half the time it's something completely improvised. And then, like,
I saw.
Like the Olympics video is actually like pretty much completely improvised.
Wow. Okay, I see. Well, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I guess I'll need like someone to take after me in terms of graphic design as well. No, but that's just a joke. All right, so thank you for coming, DifferetFight, and let's have fun doing this today's episode together, or this week's episode together. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, say no. Stand up.
Vanguard. I want to do it as well.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program is brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Good evening once again, this is Dempster.
And DifferetFight.
Okay, so I assumed you've already watched the episode, right?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's like early in the morning. Okay, anyway. Alright, so...
Yeah, but for me it's like, for the last few years, it's been a tradition that every time I wake up on a Sunday morning, it's just, don't even get out of bed, just turn on TV and watch Vanguard.
Oh, wow. Alright, so let's talk about this week's latest episode, which is Turn 18, Mano actually, and the Japanese name is Otoko to Otoko. So this week, Satoru is fighting Kamui, and at the same time, Kumi is also engaged in a fight to save Tokoha from the drop zone, but she lost and got sent there as well. So Satoru is the only person to save them, or Jaime Flowers will be disqualified. So, just a quick note, I mean, Satoru hasn't had like a lot of appearance in the previous season. So, is there anything that you want to point out about him that may be interesting?
I was actually, as I was watching it, I was spamming Twitter a little bit, and I was thinking randomly how, like, you don't really think about it, but Satoru is actually a pretty fleshed out character, because like in the previous seasons, like, we saw a lot of his backstory with his, sister, I believe, and then how he sees her in Luna, and then like a lot of his like background that we don't even know about a lot of characters. Like, we don't even know like Toko has passed too much apart from stuff with her brother.
Yeah.
And then with him, like, we know there's like dark backstory. We know what he's struggling with now, and like it feels like the writers are really enjoying writing, like doing episodes with him, because they feel they put in the most effort into his character.
Which is kind of ironic, considering like the rest of the episodes, how the quality is like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But for this week, one thing that kind of caught me off guard was the fact that when a member wins, the whole team comes back instead of just one member.
Yeah, I somehow also at the start I thought that it was just one member that comes back, and then Satoru won and they both came. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So you just reset everything and just move on. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, like I guess they still lose like half points for Tokoha dropping and then half points for Kumi dropping. So I don't know how the hell they're gonna get out of this thing, but you know, it's still
Kumi has her luck sack.
Yeah, exactly. Triple crit easy.
Yeah, which kind of got me thinking. I mean, in the flashback, she was like casually triple critting Satoru's in his face.
Yeah.
So how did she actually lose? I mean, she fought against the what was that? The Mega Colony player, was it?
That was another person.
Sorry, that was Rin. Who was she fighting against? I can't really.
No, I don't remember. Did it even show?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but that's kind of sad because it's like Bushiroad's very subtle screw you, to all those who play Battle Sisters. It's like,
yeah, like
you only rely on luck sack to win. Why?
Yeah, it's like when Satoru was like, how could you enjoy yourself when you're always losing? It's like, that's OTT in a nutshell.
I know how that feels so much. And with the current build, it's like with Susanoo, it's not even about whether you can take your opponent's double crit or triple crit. It's always about It's always about decking out.
Yeah. Like the one thing I've been watching some Japanese players like discussions, and they've been talking about how you use like the new like. Just one of these Susanos, I can't remember which one it is, with a Battle Sister engine, so then you get both a bit of like pressure and a lot of on hits, and then it's kind of like trying to get a win condition from that, because after everybody saw the OTT support, people just went like, so what's the win condition?
Yeah, that's true.
There's like nothing. So now people are trying to
there's literally like no finisher.
Yeah, exactly. So like, people are trying to figure that out now, and they're just trying all kinds of weird stuff. So I hope we see something come out of that.
I really hope so. I've been wondering whether they actually have come up with different ideas that do not include Silent Tom, because a lot of people, when people say OTT, they'll say things like, oh, Silent Tom is the finisher. Well, I have played the current Susanoo build, and not once have I actually won with Silent Tom, and I never actually use him so much anymore.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of ways to force your opponents to guard, but other than that, there's really nothing much.
Yeah, like after G guard, Silent Tom just fell so hard. Like, it's really, really sad for him, but oh well.
Super sad. Oh well. I mean, there's Oka right now to fill in the place for Silent Tom, but even that, it's an Oracle skill, so no 5 cards in your hand. Nope, you don't get to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, OTT's in a weird place. Like, Battle Sisters are slightly better right now, but I don't know where that's gonna go. And Kumi's not really giving it a good advertisement either.
Exactly. I feel so sad. It's like, you come here just to lose. No.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, when you look at their team lineup, it's hard to imagine how they're gonna get out of this.
Yeah, I cannot imagine. I mean, we have one clan that uses so much cards in the hand, one clan that stacks up so much in the hand, and one clan that stacks up so much soul. So where's the synergy in that? Yeah,
exactly. And then there's no Dark Regular support for a while, so I was actually really surprised that Satoru won.
Yeah.
I thought that Satoru would lose, and then Kumi would carry them and like would win and get them both back.
Exactly.
But
nope.
Yeah, it was really strange because like they're supposed to be advertising Nova Grapplers, so I was like, oh, that's actually weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, and they don't really fully utilize what Kamui did with Favorite Champ Victor as well.
Yeah, like the
episode
so
before
angry.
he was.
Oh my god.
He was gonna. I thought he was gonna stand twice, but with just 3 damage, he couldn't do much as well.
Yeah, but also he like genuinely misplayed, because as I was watching at first I was like, because Satoru got the 6 damage heal, and then Kamui restood his Victor, and he restood his field as well, but then he didn't attack with his field, and his field was a single like grade 3 Victor, so he was just 11k, and then of course he can't hit anything else, but he had another Victor with a booster, and he just didn't attack with it. Like, he just did not attack with it. I was like,
exactly.
Why? You would have won.
And with both Victors standing, the front row would have plus 8k already.
Yeah.
And yet he didn't attack with either side at all.
And then there was that. And then on top of that, when he attacked with Victor a second time, he still had one, he still had one camera, so he couldn't use anything else, but just attacking with that other row. Like, Satoru's Shoutout was on 16, so he would have hit, and I was like, Kamui, why?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
what a waste, really. I think he was giving chance to Satoru.
Yeah, or just the writers going like, okay, we can't, it's just literally impossible to let him win any other way, so I guess we're just gonna have to make Kamui misplay, so it's pretty sad.
Well, if you ask me, I would much prefer him attacking again and then Satoru getting a second heal trigger. I mean, it happens in real life as well, so why not do that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, like, it does happen, and I don't know, like...
Yeah.
Oh well, like it's manageable. Like, we've had worse kind of mistakes in the Vanguard anime, so I'm not too disappointed, I guess.
Oh, but at the very least, it's good to have Satoru having a resolve to save his teammates and moving on with them. And I guess Tokoha has a resolve on her own as well, probably, I guess.
Toko has a really weird one. Like, I don't know. I feel like this season she's just been so weird to watch. Like, I really enjoyed the previous seasons of Tokoha, but mostly also because of her voice actress.
Yes.
But
yes.
Like, that's kind of what takes away from her character a lot now.
Now with Aiba Aina, I mean, she is doing her best to give Tokoha life, but it's in a very different direction than Nitaimi actually did before.
Like, we've been through like 17 or 18 episodes and I'm still not exactly used to it.
Yeah, same. I'm not used to it. Just like how I'm not used to the current boost for New Nectar as well. Oh, and speaking of which, the current set only had like a few cards for that, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah.
I find myself not using any of the new cards at all, just maybe Selfina, and that's about it, nothing else new.
Yeah, like Selfina is really the good one, but apart from that, there's not too much, I guess. So, I don't know, like, there's a lot of Murakumo stuff. Like, I was surprised at how much Murakumo stuff there is.
Yeah, there are a lot, yeah.
And then Blau's actually got way more random commons than I expected as well. Like, I thought we would just get 4 cards and that's it. But
no, actually they turned it into like a more full build for just Blouse.
Yeah.
That's
like,
very interesting.
They're still not super great because the tools that they got kind of help but don't push them enough. But they still, like, I'm still very excited to play it when we get it over in English. But yeah.
Yeah, let's hope that things will get better for your side as well.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah. Okay, so we actually have a fan mail by Isaac Begum again. So thank you very much for sending in.
Thank you.
And this is actually for you too.
Oh.
Yep. So, hoi, me again. Didn't enter last week, so this since I didn't want the hog space. Now that I know DifferetFight is gonna be in, so alright. Okay, so first off, I have an issue with Vanguard on Tabletop Simulator in terms of gameplay. I can't load my deck when an opponent hosts. When I host, they can't. Is there a reason behind this?
Yes, the reason why you can't load is because when you try to play a game with someone else, you have to go to the opponent's, like if you're hosting, you have to go to your opponent's name, right click it and click promote, and that will give them basically the freedom to load any custom objects or any saved objects they want. And if they're hosting, then they have to promote you. So I should have mentioned that in my little guide, but I guess like I'm gonna probably do another video because people keep asking on like some extra stuff on how to do it on Tabletop Simulator. So I think it's worth just kind of breaking everything down in another video because I keep getting a lot of questions lately.
Yeah, I think with a lot more issues, I think it's a lot easier to iron out as well with a new video maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully more people will join in as well.
I hope so. We were getting so many people. I'm really surprised.
Yeah. Thanks to you, actually.
But like it also makes sense because like people are so disappointed with Cardfight online or offline that the people are now like they're looking for something else. So like at the perfect timing, this is that something else.
Yes. I agree, and it looks really fluid as well. It's almost comparable to Cardfight offline itself.
Yeah, it is. And then like there's already somebody that made some buttons where like you can click certain buttons to like draw a stand, drive check and stuff like that. So people are already programming functions into it. So maybe in a couple months we're gonna have a better Cardfight online.
Yeah, and hopefully people from CFA can migrate over to Tabletop Simulator. Who knows?
Yeah, it would be nice. Would be nice.
And secondly, as per ritual, whenever I speak to someone new, I cast a few puns on them. So yep, you are in the pun world as well.
Oh boy.
So if you're reading puns and aloud, and you're very brave to take this time leap of faith, and that people would not unite against you and throw you to darkness by using a use of a dark device. And also for DifferetFight, I am bursting with excitement getting to write a fan mail to you. Wow,
you.
okay. Now this one is way above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's like Strike Generation.
Oh my god.
Also, anyways, I also transpose Vanguard themes on a program called Muse Score. Oh, okay. And currently working on Tayo's new Strike theme, the one I played during last week's episode whenever he strode. Yes, that one. So if you would like to hear them, just search up on Muse Score and type The Invaders or A Night of Light into the search bar. Well, that's all for me. Ciao, mi amigos.
And he's not Spanish.
Neither am I. So thank you very much, Isaac, and hopefully you guys can send us more fan mails as well, be it whoever our guests are.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Next up is, What's That Card? This is a section where I'll pick a random card from a random clan and describe it in the most cryptic way possible, and you guys have to guess what card I am describing. I will announce the answer at the end of the show, so listen on if you want to know whether you're correct or not. Just to let you know, this is all in the name of fun. If you win, you don't get anything. If you don't get it, you won't get anything, so don't worry about that. So today's card is a card from Genesis, and Kris and I are looking at it right now, and we're thinking of how to describe it. So just the basics. This is a grade 4, so therefore a G unit. So there are no grade 4 like normal units in Genesis. So don't worry about that. It's got the triple drive ability and base power of 15,000 plus 1 critical, and it's a noble. So anything else you want to describe, Kris?
It has blonde hair. And if you've played some Fire Emblem games, he's holding in his hands the title of the 7th one.
The title of the 7th one. Right.
The 7th Fire Emblem game. So maybe some people can get that from there.
Maybe.
And then overall his design is kind of a bluish yellow, sort of, kind of green. It's hard to really describe. He has a shield as well.
Yes. Yep. And he's got 1 skill. Just 1 skill.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, just 1 skill. Guy. Yeah. But it's interesting to note that this this clue might give it away, but this card has an errata which has been fixed before the release. So if you know the answer to this one, just keep it in your mind, and hopefully hopefully you get it right, because we sincerely hope you get it right. So listen on if you want to know what the answer is. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Card Trivia of the Day! This is a section where one of us picks a certain card and talk about it in as many details as possible, such as the skill it has, the artwork, its use in the deck, and of course, random trivia about the unit. If you have any picks on what card you would like me or like us to talk about, feel free to drop a comment on our social medias or send us an email, all of which will be mentioned at the end of the show. So today, Kris has brought with him a very manly card that epitomizes balls to the wall, and that is...
Super Dimensional Robo Dai Kai Za!
Oh. Okay, take it away, Kris.
Alright, so Super Dimensional Robo Dai Kaiser is drawn by one of the most famous mecha illustrators, which is Masami Obari of G1 Neo Studios.
Yes.
He's famous for some of his design in popular mecha anime, such as Dankuga, Gravion, as well as some smaller work he's done for some of the latest Gundam series, like Iron Blooded Orphans, as well as some card games like Cardfight Vanguard and Feature Card Buddy Fight.
Yep.
He is also one of the main designers behind the popular game series Super Robot Wars.
Ah, yes.
So, Daikaiser himself, as well as the majority of the Dimensional Robots archetype, originate with the original Daiyusha himself, and they're one huge reference to the brave mecha anime genre. So this is one of the various genres of super robot mecha, which I get a little bit OCD about this, but they're not to be mistaken with the real robots, which are weapons of war, like Gundams, while super robots are hot-blooded partners and fighting.
Yeah, I heard of that kind of difference before.
Yeah. So, and the Brave series, it hasn't had any anime for a while, but like the Brave series is all based around combining or gattai with other parts, such as vehicles, in order to bring out new forms, which also explains why Daikaiser has so many forms, like Great Daikaiser, True Great Daikaiser, and so on. So, Daikaiser himself, talking about combinations, is composed of Kaisard and Kaiser Greater, while Great Daikaiser is composed of Daikaiser and Shadow Kaiser, and so on. Like, there's a lot of interesting combinations throughout Dimensional Robos.
Yeah.
And Daikaiser's appearance and his design itself resembles that of the very first Brave super robot, which is Brave X Kaiser. And sadly, this is not the most popular of the Brave series, but the one that I think some people will recognize is Gao Gaiga.
Yeah, Gao Gaiga. We all know that, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, now talking about the card itself, when Daikaiser was first introduced into the card game Trial Deck 12 Dimensional Brave Kaiser, the reaction from the community was kind of confused, although some people just saw it as a joke because they just went like, oh, how likely is it that you'll even check a grade 3 at the exact time when you break, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, come
on.
on.
Like, people didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
However, a Japanese junior division player named Nida Kazuki brought the now super famous Crazy Diamond, which I'm also a JoJo fan, so I had to do that. Okay. So he brought that deck to the 2013 Summer Nationals in Japan and won the entire junior championship.
Wow.
So this deck contained 15 grade 3s, which was considered completely insane at the time, and it was focused around the Enigma Storm Right chain to make up for the lower grade 2 counts. So he had basically just the right chain going, and then he had a lot of grade 3, so then when he goes into Daikaiser and Break Right, he's able to annihilate the opponent's shields and smash through to victory.
Nice.
So this deck shocked everyone worldwide, to the point that the Cardfight Pro blog wrote an article titled Enigma Storm accidentally wins junior championship, which gave the world quite a lot of worldwide focus.
Accidentally.
Which gave the deck a lot of worldwide focus.
Yeah.
So, like, this deck was just so incredible to like see pick up, and then people from all over the world tried it. Like, I remember I went to locals in like my country, Luxembourg. I went to some in Belgium, and Netherlands, and France, and people, like, you always saw some people trying it out and just like screaming somewhere in the background. It was always fun to hear from like other players. But even though like Daikaiser was kind of the main focus of the community, it was not the focus of the anime, as the anime at that time was focusing on reverse Daiyusha.
Yeah, it was.
And then Daikaiser, a few episodes later, got a short few seconds of animation by Obari later on. So it was a little bit disappointing because we wanted to see more of Obari's beautiful animation in Vanguard. But then in Legion Mate season, we got a whole episode basically dedicated to Dimensional Robos, where Masami Obari just animated most of the Dimensional Robo animation, which gave, well, us Dimension Police fans the biggest fan service we could ever ask for now. Which hopefully means that I'm hoping that he'll do some Daimax animation in the future.
I hope so too.
Yeah, like, I was really hoping for that. I was hoping for Daikaiser Leon to one day get shown off, but like it's hard to imagine how they would even show that.
Yeah, he hasn't appeared in the anime at all, actually.
No, it's quite sad.
Yeah.
But today, sadly, the Crazy Diamond deck is no more than a happy memory that many of us older players hold dear to us as one of the most entertaining decks to ever win a championship, with Daikaiser having plenty of new tools and gadgets to combine forces with in his very own deck.
Yep. So, believe it or not, Cap, myself, and Leon actually have a Daikaiser deck as well, focusing on very different aspects. So, the three of us, well, as far as boosting goes, I'm the one with the least boosted stuff. I'm just like scrounging scrap parts here and there to form the deck, but it still works.
Yeah.
And to us, 12 grade 3s in the deck is considered a very normal thing, especially in a Daikaiser deck.
Yeah.
So you can imagine like how scary the Guard Slash is when it first came out, and it's still a threat right now.
Yeah, like
with even more boosts for like the Operator Girl and things like that.
Yeah, and like now when I take Dimensional Robos to tournaments, like it's my main tournament deck, and every time like when I sit down with someone and like we just put down our face down first Vanguards, people just go like, please don't be Dimensional Robos, please don't be that guys. And I'm like, sorry.
Well, at least it's better
like,
than seeing Gear Chronicle or the 7 Seas, right? Right?
Yeah, it's still something fresh, exactly. And like I remember when in 2016 Belgian regionals, like I managed to go to top 32 with Dimensional Robos. People were just like, really? How?
Yeah, how?
Like today in the Gear Chronicle meta?
I think it's possible. It's just people whether they want to try it out at all.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's also like because it's kind of considered a rogue deck, a lot of people just don't really prepare for it because people playtest against Chaos, Time Leap, you know, all the main meta decks, Grand Blue and stuff like that, and then they don't really try out random stuff. Like they might, you know, forget Nova Grappler, they might forget OTT, and then they get destroyed by it. Or like what once happened to me is that I completely forgot what Token Ranbu did, and then I got completely destroyed.
Right.
So
yeah, the non-meta decks ironically are the ones that stand a slightly higher chance of getting through.
Yeah,
because that's not a lot of people do not prepare for. But at the same time, because of the respective boosts that they're given, it may not seem as significant.
And like for example, meta decks are always the strongest thing to take to a tournament, but at the same time they have the biggest disadvantage because everybody knows what to expect and they know what play you're going to be making because they practice against that deck the most, watch the most videos, etc. So it's kind of like a two-sided coin. While with road decks, like obviously you have less chances of winning, unlike meta decks, but people are a lot less prepared against them.
Yeah. So either way, there's still some cheating skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So well, is there anything? Any other interesting trivia that you like to talk about Daikaiser? Because I really want to hear more about it.
Well, like, I guess the rest is very personal because, like, Daikaiser is, like, my actual favorite card of all. And,
okay.
Yeah, so, like, it's, like, I actually didn't play Dimension Police, like, way like right at the start because my teammates played it and I was like, oh, like I'm not gonna play it because he's playing it because I want him to get the cards he wants. So then I didn't really play it, and then BTO8 came out, and then I remember when the first time Great Ayusha was showing up, I was like, oh, I want to play it, but my teammate's playing it, so I'll let him keep playing it. and then when they showed Daikaiser, I was like, okay, never mind. Like this is it. I can't hold off anymore. So I don't know. Like for me, it's just such a nice deck. Like I guess in terms of some other trivia, like it's pretty obvious, but a lot of people hate the card just because it's like the fact that it like the way it wins there's no way for your opponent to control it because it's all, you know, like it has the kind of one way of winning is obviously to break shields and win through just critting a lot. But you know, and that's the part that people are not happy with because the opponent can't control that. They're like, oh my god, you're so lucky, you check grade 3s, wow.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah. But they do not know.
But apart from that, like there's still there's still a lot going on in the deck, and people like they forget all the other things that goes around in the game that leads up to the point of, checking the grade 3 to win, and they disregard that. So it's a little bit sad because, like, there's a lot of things with all the strides like Die Earth and Die Max, and then there's Laurel helping out, and then there's, like, keeping your opponent at a good pressure point so that when you do get the grade 3, you really do win there. So people disregard that often, and they just blame the deck on being stupid and skillless and cheating skills, and then, it's a little bit sad, but in the end, like, Daikaiser is my favorite card of all, and, like, from his design to, like, kind of like what it means to me personally is just a very, very, very amazing card.
I guess that's a very interesting backstory as to how you and Daikaiser kind of like have a special bond with one another.
Yeah, like there's still more to it, but I guess I'll keep that for another time.
Okay, definitely. So, let us know if what card you'd like us to talk about next. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. Crossbone information. This is where we bring you news about upcoming releases, local events, and insights about Cardfight Vanguard and Crossbone Vanguards. G Booster 10 Raging Clash of the Blade Fangs is now on sale. So this set includes further support for Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin, Gold Paladin, Tachikaze, Murakumo, Nova Grappler, Neo Nectar, and of course, Kree Elemental.
At the same time, in English format, G Title Trial Deck 1 and G Title Booster 2 Token Rambu Online are also on sale now. Be sure to get these sets and trial decks and enhance your Vanguard experience. And we also, just a couple days ago, got announcements for the English release schedule until all the way to August, so make sure you check those out as well, because now we know the English release for a bunch of things, such as the Aichi Legend deck and GBT 11 and all the Bermuda stuff. So there's quite a lot of stuff going for English Vanguard, even though we are like 1 or 2 months behind, but make sure to check those out as well.
Do check out our videos on Crossbone Vanguard's channel for Raging Clash of Blade Fangs, as well as DifferetFight's channel for the breakdown of the English title boosters and the title trial deck, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to find out more about what all these sets contain. The anime Cardfight Vanguard G next airs at Cardfight Vanguard's official YouTube channel every Sunday at 10 AM. At the same time, tune in to Crossbone Vanguard's official YouTube channel, well, not really official, for a new Cardfight every Thursday at 6 PM. That is all for Crossbone information. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This marks the end of today's episode of Crossbone Radiowave. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I myself and maybe Kris has it.
Definitely. It was very fun.
Right, that's awesome, amazing. Okay, so before we move on any further, now we announce the answer for what's that card. So are you guys ready? Do you all have the answers? I definitely do. It's in my face right now.
Same.
Okay, so this week's card of the day. I got confused. Alright, so what's that card? The card is Beast Slayer Military Deity Tier. So it's a G unit released in Fighters Collection Winter.
No, it's 2016.
Was it winter? No, 2016. Whoops, I got confused. Yeah, so 2016, and he has a single X skill once per turn, so plus 3. Look at the top card of your deck, put it at the top or bottom, and until the end of turn, this unit gets the auto skill. When your drive check reveals a grade 1 or greater card, you may soul charge 3.
Yes.
So the errata that we previously mentioned was just that simple fact that you may soul blast 3 became a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you soul blast even more for unknown reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But this card is actually quite interesting because it's a very good first strike for especially the Fenrir deck.
Yep.
And it helps you to soul charge whatever deck you need in your soul, so you can call them out in the next turn or on the turn itself actually. And also, it helps you to build up souls, so you can blast them all out the following turns and just, increase the chances of winning.
Yeah, and it's nice that like in the end it turns that any card that you drive check ends up being good, because if you drive check a trigger, that's good. If you drive check 1, 2, or 3, that's 3 soul charges. So it's very nice, and the little hint I gave is Blazing Sword in his hand.
Yes, Blazing Sword.
That's the little... I'm hoping somebody caught that.
Hopefully someone caught that, yes, definitely. But there's also another Blazing Sword, which is Fides.
Yeah, that's true.
So So it's okay, don't worry about that. Blazing Sword is a Fire Emblem thing as well, right?
Yeah, it's the title of the 7th one.
Ah, right. I haven't played that one. I knew you played that too. Okay, so anyway, if you want to send us a fan mail, do send us to our email at crossbonevanguards@gmail.com. So that's crossbone.vanguards@gmail.com. Once again, that's crossbone.vanguards@gmail.com. If you have any questions you'd like to ask us, feel free to send them to us as well. Of course, you can also send them to us at our socials. We are on Twitter at CrossboneVGS, Facebook at Crossbone Vanguards, and not to mention, follow us on our blog at crossbonevanguards.com, where we post deck profiles, event coverages, and other things that we cannot post on our YouTube channel. So, Kris, how do you feel being a guest over at Crossbone Radiowave?
It was really nice. I've actually been listening to every single episode, especially when I go home from university. And lately I've been having exams, so like after an exam I just kind of like tune out and I'm like completely like dead tired, so I just listen to it on the train to home.
Senpai noticed that.
But it's very nice, and I like the kind of relaxed atmosphere, as well as like how professional it sounds as well. Like it's really, really well done. So really great job.
Thank you very much.
It's really nice, and I can't wait to keep listening to it for many weeks to come, I hope.
Yeah, I really look forward to like coming up with new stuff every week as well.
Yeah, and it's like it's also nice that there's like always something to talk about, because every week there's some new cards, every week there's some stuff from the anime to talk about, and then obviously random stuff that whatever guest brings in. Yeah. So it's always pretty interesting.
So every week is like a fresh experience, and well, it's thanks to the fans that helped us steer us into the right direction as well. Yeah. As to what we can come up with for the following week. So thank you all for all your support, and of course thank you, Kris, for your support as well.
No problem.
So hopefully we'll bring you back again in one of the future episodes as well, if you want to talk about other stuff.
Yes, I'd love to be on it at some time again.
Yep, definitely. So with that said, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again in the next episode. Tang Endo. Good night. Crossbone Radiowave, bringing you the fun in Cardfight Vanguard. This program has been brought to you by Crossbone Vanguards.